Today I'm going to teach you a new Facebook ad hack strategy that you can implement in your Facebook ads to reduce your cost per purchase. Let's go. Alright, lovely. So I'm just in one of my ad accounts and this is for one of my newest e-commerce businesses. And this is the campaign here. It's a catalog campaign. Now, I've heard many people speak about them. I haven't really done it. This is a little bit different to what you define as a normal one. But as you can see, like the cost of purchase $7.94, that's in Australian, mind you, as well. If we have a look here at the breakdown, for instance, you'll see the gender is predominantly women. Its click-through rate's much higher. In fact, all the sales are from there. And I actually optimized it greatly. The break-even ROAS on most of our products, like 1.5, I think it is. This store has about 20 products. This is a proper brand store. And you can see that it's as simple as that. Now, I'm going to show you a few more things just to show you. Again, this is just purely Australia, okay? We're planning to scale out to the United States with everything that's happened with COVID. Obviously has changed logistical things. It's really important to keep that in mind, even if it takes longer. So again, you can see gender and we got age, okay? And you can see that, primarily the audience are younger women. And there's a lot more work that can sort of be done there, but you can see that, for instance, that one needs to be cut out as a whole. But the most important thing that I found from using this strategy is the placement, okay? So if we have a look here, you'll see the Facebook marketplace, okay? You can see you got five purchases for, on average, how much is that cost per purchase? $1.45. Okay, so you can see Facebook is $2.46. This is why you need to try all these placements. Okay, you can actually see, for instance, Instagram Stories has gotten a number of sales as well. So it's done very well also at the same point. But you can see that the Facebook Marketplace has done exceptionally well. In fact, most of these placements that have spent a decent amount of money have done very well themselves. Okay, and that's just to sort of show you. And again, I follow the data. So anyone that knows me, I always try and follow the data. So I see this and I'm like, bam, who wouldn't want that? And this is still well within it. Again, I always aim for about a $15, $20 cost per purchase to be profitable. So this is majorly profitable just by doing this strategy. So I'm going to have slides as well, and you can follow the slides. We'll get into that. You can see that I've done some testing. Okay, like one campaign, and I'm going to do some more testing straight after this video, in fact. But you can see that, the cost of purchase has gone up higher on that one. The ROAS is still great. This new one has done exceptionally well just from optimizing it. Okay, I just called it optimize. I just duplicate it and I optimize it. I took out the bad demographics. I reduced the placements. Now, the thing I will be doing is adding back in stories. In this one, it doesn't have stories, just purely Facebook. So I'll be making one to Instagram, okay? Now, the good thing about a catalog that I just want to make very clear, these campaigns, is it works extremely well on any placement. By that, what I mean is that it's optimized for every placement, okay? So it's really going to work exceptionally well. You could see that stories had done exceptionally well. So you can see this campaign, I just purely went Facebook, and you can see that, like the cost of purchase is absolutely nothing. The CTR is much higher because I optimized it based on the age and gender. So you can see I increased the CTR majorly. And if I took out the others, I could increase that to 5%. Okay. So in the beginning, whenever you're testing things, you can easily increase your CTR just by simply duplicating and breaking down the audience and trying to trim the fat is sort of how I look at it. But you can see I haven't added in stories, so I should add back in stories. So that's a mistake that I found just from actually doing this video. Okay, it's always good to review these things. I make plenty of mistakes as well. Okay, but you sort of get the point here that this is just a catalog campaign. I'm also going to show you how you can do this on sort of a bit more of a dummy account. But the most important thing, a part of this that I found, is making sure that the option is set to dynamically fill. So I'm going to show you that right now, and then we're going to go into the slides so you can sort of get a better idea on how to do it. Now, I haven't even scaled this, so of course the cost of purchase is going to go up overall, but the fact that I've gotten 13 sales for what took me 5 minutes, okay, is a fantastic way. So if you have a store that has a couple of products, and most of you do, this is fantastic. I find this works very well, and I recommend you all to try it. As for the targeting, truthfully, this has no targeting at all. Like, I just left it open because I thought I was setting a retargeting campaign, and I have that in my slides. Like, I'm no genius. This actually happened by accident. And so I left it open, and it's doing all the work for me, and that's why it's amazing. Okay, if the fact that this ad account, which isn't heavily seasoned, is able to go and find purchases at such a cheap rate and have no targeting is amazing. So I recommend treating this as if you're treating it as a normal ad set. Try different interests, lookalikes, okay, of course, as well. But this works exceptionally well, just using a carousel dynamically from your catalog, and Facebook does all the work for you. So let me just, let's just go into how we can actually set this up so it makes a bit more sense for you. All right, lovely. So I'm just in my ad account here, and this is just a test one, and I don't know, this is one of my catalogs. Just always make sure your catalog is connected. I'll link in the slides as well a video on how to connect and create a catalog if you don't have one, because I know a lot of people don't know how. Once you know, trust me, it's really simple. So anyway, I don't know when I made this or whatever, but always do CBO. Preferably I do $25, and whatever I've just named it. Save as draft. I use the quick creation guide as well, not the guided one. That's just my preference from my experience. Each to their own. So catalog sales, make sure that's enabled. And then all we do is, give it a name, give whatever name, doesn't matter. As I said, whatever. So you can use a saved audience, or you can start with a new audience. Now, because this is set to a pixel, it's not going to show entirely correct, but that's fine. So anyway, you can actually segment out your products if you really wanted. I just left it as all my collection, so I have not gone that granular. I've just left it as my whole collection. So it's like running a shopping campaign on Google. Obviously, you always want to set it for the next business day. Today, blah blah. And then choose audiences if you want. Entirely up to you. As I said, you can do lookalikes, you can do interests, you can do plenty of things. Location, age. So obviously this is stuff that you'll know based on where you're planning to market to anyway. Genders, and then you got your detailed targeting and stuff as well. So you can do everything the same there. So let's just put in dog, whatever. All right. Now, as I said, so I just want to show you this so you know as well that pretty much it sits on all placements but Messenger, but that's something that's coming along in the future, I believe. One of the things that you should keep in mind is Facebook groups, okay? So this is something I've just noticed the other day, and I was waiting for it. Facebook group feed will be very, very big for e-commerce. There's a lot of groups that are around different topics, of course, like any topic. So you're targeting people that are already in these groups, okay, that have shown a huge amount of interest. They've searched for these groups, they've actively joined these groups, and a lot of these people participate in them. Think about a lot of you guys that are in, for instance, my Facebook group on e-commerce, and then probably tons of other groups. You're very heavily invested. So these ads can be very, very tailored. So at this stage, it's only for static ads, but it's important you keep that in mind, because my feeling is that this group feed is going to do exceptionally well. Because you're going to be able to not only just target people based on their interests, but you're also going to be able to target people exactly in the right group at the right time when they're in that group. Okay, so it's adding an extra layer. All of a sudden, they're not just on their feed where they're just looking at everything. They're in a specific group looking at that specific topic, and you're targeting them based on a specific interest. Okay, that is incredibly powerful. So please keep that in mind. I know that over the coming 6-12 months, this is probably going to be a start. We're going to see that in a lot of other YouTubers and all of that as well, talking about it. I've started testing. I haven't gotten any data yet to specifically say, but I know from already what I see and know that this is going to do very well. So there's a little pro tip for you. That's in the slides as well for your reference. Now, I always, again, I don't do link clicks. I just go conversion. Again, I want sales, so I go for conversions. I don't worry about anything else. With Facebook, it's incredibly intelligent. Always purchase, done. All right. And then you just want to go catalog sales. Now, make sure this is on, okay? I see this is a big thing, dynamic format and creative. When you use a catalog, deliver the format and add creative that are most likely to resonate with the person you're viewing, okay? So what we're doing is we're basically targeting nearly every placement, or like 80% of placements, and we're letting Facebook, based on the various metrics it has, which it would be insane, target people accordingly. Okay, so very important you do that. It actually saves you a lot of time. It can also make creatives in that for you as well. It really is that engaging. And then just add in your primary text. And again, the good thing with catalogs is you can add in variables. I mainly just leave the product name as it is, and then I add primary text. Hey there, check out our collection of items. We know you're absolutely going to love these. They sell out very quick. We don't want you to miss out. For a limited time only, get 50% off, plus, let's say, free shipping over $100 or something. Don't miss out. Stock is limited. Shop now, and add a call to action. Okay, so it doesn't have to be perfect. At the end of the day, the ad copy isn't as important as the creative and placement. All right, so I always understand that. Add in your description, and yeah, that was like one of my old stores or something. And then obviously your call to action is shop now. That's it. That's all you do. And you can see that Facebook does most of the work for you. You don't even need to make the creatives. You just need to upload your catalog, and away you go. As I said, if you want to know how it's in the slides, I have a video on it. Literally teaches you just on YouTube how to do that. Okay. So I just wanted to show you that so you have a good idea on exactly how you can go about and do this, because for me it's been consistently performing exceptionally well, and I know that it'll work exceptionally well for you. As you saw, it worked well on stories, which is really only starting to become a little bit saturated, and then we've got also the marketplace, which is completely unsaturated, and over time you're going to have all the other placements in that as well, as Facebook really start to monetize a lot more of these. Please keep in mind, I expect that Facebook's going to start monetizing a lot more Messenger as well. As another pro tip, like Messenger, they've tried some things that hasn't worked, but they'll definitely be coming back to Messenger as well. I really want to make it clear to people that placements are key. If you have a good placement with a good creative, the rest is just following the data. All right, so I'm going to go into the slides now. We're going to have a bit more of a chat about this so that you can sort of understand a bit further. All right, so like in good old fashion, I always add my slides so you guys can have a look at it. All right, so as I said, it just pretty much has the instructions here. This method uses the Facebook catalog. You choose your interest demographics, leave placements. Okay, marketplace and groups are new hot placements. I won't go through all of this. Okay, just have a look at this. Okay, so number 10 I thought was funny. Now, why does this work? I have no idea, but it does. I stumbled across it by accident when I was trying to set up dynamic remarketing, and that's the truth. I was remarketing, not marketing, sorry, and that's just the truth. But at times you stumble across little golden eggs over time that everyone makes mistakes, and sometimes some of them just work as a fluke. Okay, so please keep that in mind. I want to make it clear as well. Pro tip: dynamic creatives. Again, dynamic creatives. So if you're running static ads, that's just a static ad, don't just run those. I've started doing dynamic creatives, and I plan to make videos on this a bit more in the future as well. It's really simple. Basically, you just upload multiple creatives and it creates one, and Facebook will, the same as like with a dynamic catalog ad, it will make different sets based on shop now, call to action, this primary text, this ad, this thumbnail. Okay, it will do all of that. And why it works so well is because Facebook knows the audience so exceptionally well. It'll tailor that. It also helps reduce ad fatigue and ad saturation, similar to the same thing. But please keep that in mind. It's really important, because I'm sure many of you who have had successful campaigns, successful winning products to whatever number that may be, that you immediately see people stealing your ad. It's on 100 product research apps. The creative is there, people just steal it, and all of a sudden you're all chewing into the same pie. Whereas something like a dynamic creative nearly makes it impossible for someone to take all of those steps, because you got your primary text, you got your description, you got your video, you got your image, and you can add up to 10. Okay, and so it's going to cycle through that, and it can really you can see what's doing well. It's a great way to split test too. So that's just my other pro tip there. So again, that's in the slides. Have a look at that. So I really encourage people to, if now that you sort of know a bit more about this, that understand that this is only part of the overall strategy. You need to learn a lot more about Facebook ads. I recommend going to watch those 2 videos there. They're just other YouTube videos I have that are quite popular, for me anyway. That one's a Facebook ad strategy on teaching you how to actually scale a winning product, because the definition of a winning product to most people is a very subjective thing. I try and take a bit more of an analytical approach, and you'll find that video is there, and I hope that'll help clarify that. And then obviously how to make high quality creatives. Okay, the 2 linchpins is having a strong strategy and then strong creatives on Facebook that resonate with your audience, and then the rest Facebook does for us. Like, it is really that simple, and we are very fortunate, as much as Facebook can be a pain, to have that tool at our disposal. Again, point 4 is, I say all of this, but I'm telling you that Facebook ads is not easy. Number 5, Facebook ads is not easy. I've had many issues, and I'm sure many of you had too. Ad account bans, I've had business manager bans, I've had, stupid things from Facebook where they just want changes. We've all had it now, so please also understand that Facebook is the easiest gateway into marketing, but it is not necessarily the easiest in the short to medium to long term. So please watch those videos and take your time to watch it. It's really important. I put my heart and soul into those so you guys don't have to go through the same problems I have, because truly I have gone through those problems and it's not fun. And lastly, I just wanted to talk about upcoming videos. How to make, a lot of people ask me, and I just thought I'd add a few and you choose. Quality rules, how you make quality rules to try and mandate your campaigns. Facebook ad hacks if you want more hacks. I know that'll be a popular one. Google Ads advanced strategy. Team building. Now, again, I want to make clear that most people don't really care, because most people here are beginner to intermediate to advanced, some expert of course, but most people seem to neglect the importance of building a team. And if there's one thing I've learned once you build your business, it's the ability to be able to manage and build and manage a team becomes your biggest difficulty. Okay, and I've hired hundreds of people. I employ over, I think, like 70, 80 people collectively across my companies, and so I know what it's like. And it's not hard, but you need to know the right ways to look at it and characteristics. How to build a SaaS solution. Software as a service. So for instance, Beautify. So I'll let you guys choose. Now, lastly as well, I just wanted to add why I've sort of, again, I only have time really once a month. I've been very focused on my digital marketing agency, my software as a service company, Beautify, and also my e-commerce stores. And because of everything that's been happening with the COVID situation, especially here in Victoria. Okay, so if here in Victoria, we're mainly in Melbourne in lockdown because there's a massive outbreak, in Australia, that is, collectively. And so there's been a lot of issues with logistics, and that's the same around the world. Okay, I've been really trying to get logistics and that in place, and that's actually been probably the biggest headache. And I've been very focused on that and other areas of opportunity that I plan to grow. So I've been very busy with all of that. So I appreciate, that your patience in all of this. Anyway, and I will keep making these videos as well. Okay, guys. So I just wanted to give that quick update. But again, all these slides are in the description below. They're yours. I hope this video does help you anyway. I hope you all have a lovely day. Of course, I hope you're all very safe, as well as your families. I know this year is a very concerning and tough time for many people around the world, myself included. And so I hope you're all safe and sound. It's a difficult year, 2020, that's for sure. So thanks for your time. Have a lovely day. Take care, and goodbye.